Yo, what's going on, game heads? It's the RMG in here, and I'm here to count down my top 5 games of 2010. And there's a lot of good games that came out this year, and some people will be arguing, well, why did this game make your list, or why wasn't this game rated higher? It's my opinion, and if you got a top 5 list, a top 10 list, or just a #1 standout game you think just blew every other game out of the water this year, just feel free to drop a comment or make a video response, and I'll check it out. Anyway, the #5 game of the year on my list, if you're an RPG head, this is one for you. It's got to be Final Fantasy XIII. And a lot of people like IGN and GameCritics.com rank this game an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. And for a Final Fantasy RPG, that's kind of low in my opinion because just based on the graphics, the gameplay, just the story mode, and the overall scale of that game, it should be rated higher. I think it should be at least a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. But this game disappointed a lot of people from what I read. And don't even get me started on Final Fantasy XIV, just based on the online review, just based on the Final Fantasy XIV online reviews on the PC. I don't even bother getting that game for the PS3, but maybe they'll do something better with Final Fantasy XV, and I'm still hoping that Squaresoft, Square Enix, whatever they call themselves these days, I still hope that they make a Final Fantasy VII remake for the PS3. That's the greatest RPG of all time in my opinion, as I mentioned in a few other of my videos. Anyway, the #4 game on my list got to be Red Dead Redemption, the sequel to Red Dead Revolver, the Western shooter. And to a lot of people, this game was rated the #1 game of the year, and just based on the graphics and the gameplay of that one and the online, playability, that game's got a lot of replay value. So I don't see why that game wouldn't make your top 5 list, or maybe even #1. But to me, since I didn't really play it much, there's 3 games that still stand out on top of that one. The #3 game, and a lot of people will be mad at me for this one, is got to be Halo Reach. And I'm not in particular an Xbox or a Halo fan because I think that game is overrated. But just based on the hype of that game alone, and just based on the replay value and the online gameplay of that game, then you have to have that on your list too. I give Halo a lot of credit, even though I don't really like playing it. And the #2 game on my list has got to be Call of Duty Black Ops. And a lot of people are going to be mad at me right now saying, oh, you think that Halo is overrated, but you don't think Call of Duty is? I didn't say that. Like I said, once again, this video is just my opinion alone. And that game has a lot of replay value too, and it's a shooter. It's like the juggernaut of the shooters. So if you got any, it's a multi-platform shooter. So especially you got to rate that high on your list to some kind of degree. And maybe I hope that Modern Warfare 3, there's no red light on the game. It's not official yet, but I hope Modern Warfare 3 will be even better because it sold better than Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops also sold better than Call of Duty World at War, the World War II shooter. All right. Anyway, those are games #5 and #2. And just the #1 standout game to me this year, especially since I'm a PS3 owner, #1 game on my list has got to be God of War 3. That game, just everything about that game to me just screamed epic. The graphics, the gameplay, the story mode, especially if you know what I'm talking about, if you play the game, if you own it, just the twist at the end. Not Call of Duty, but God of War 3, the series is over. Or is it? But Kratos, he'll make a return in the new Mortal Kombat game next year, and I'm real excited to see that. So that's the #1 action game and the #1 game of the year in my opinion. But what about y'all? What do y'all think? Anyway, this has been DreadMan, aka the RMGN. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.